ranking. Who do we have? Moving up, we have Scott. Everybody give it up for Scott. Yeah, Scott! So, I give you permission to lose your mind for 3 or 4 minutes. And mind you, that's me telling y'all, telling me it's okay to wander in that space that nothing really makes sense. Right here, there's a thing that says that hope and truth and love are beautiful. And right here, there's a thing that says, you know, you don't really make any sense to yourself sometimes. Sometimes you like to curl up on the couch and think that nihilism is the way to go. I mean, I see something. I see a big thing that is coming unraveled, and it reminds me of a spool of thread, and it wanders off in outer space like a big tunnel, and everywhere it goes out from beyond it, further out, it gets bigger and bigger and includes more and more. Earth, Pluto, Jupiter, Saturn, Harlem. And I feel it. I know it's inside me. I know there's this thread, there's a storyline, there's a thing that sort of goes out and sort of wanders around and it's making sense. But to anybody real, I have no clue. But I feel it going out. I feel the breath coming in. I feel the word going out. I feel this thing that's unwinding itself slowly but surely. And the one thing I know is somewhere inside, at some moment, that spool will be empty. There will be no more thread on it. So I go ahead and preconceive that. I say my father's going to die someday, Drew's going to die, Tom's going to die, somebody's going to need to fill his place, somebody's going to need to fill Michael's place, somebody's going to need to fill all of these places, and they surely will. Some other Tom, Bob, George, Scott, Gertrude will come along and they'll fill our space. So all I can think to say is that empty remnant of a soul. Each of us has that spool of thread inside us which has no thread on it. Maybe it is the soul, and maybe it's sitting in a cupboard somewhere as someone wanders by and says, man, you sure were gorgeous when you had your chance and you spun rainbows all over the place and it was really great, and now you're empty. So I'll set you on a cabinet somewhere else, and I'll think of Boris when I do it, and Calvino and all these other guys that remind me of somebody that somewhere meant something. Between my threadness and your here-ness, there is something so beautiful to me, it's staggering. I can't even open my eyes to see it, but I feel it. I feel fingers, I feel eyes, I feel somebody else's hands, and I know that we're in it all together, and it's a joy. Bethany, dreaming in her land of Shangri-La, perhaps nursing, perhaps her father's hand on her brow. And I wish for my kids that they could be free like her, like it, like that thing which wanders musically into nothingness. Because I'm really just losing my mind, you know. Makes sense though, to let your mind wander, to give yourself permission. And I told Drew what this means when I bow. This is the one-handed bow of the Zen koan that says, what does the sound of one hand clapping sound like? The stars are out tonight somewhere. And some couple is laying in a field of wild grass on a blanket making love. This many people you can rest assured somebody's doing it.